This is Jasmin Hajro from Zelhem, the Netherlands. I just came home. I went out selling greeting cards. I made 6 sales, and one of them was a gentleman that wouldn't buy the greeting cards, but he was generous enough to give me €5, which is very kind of him, very generous. 6 is okay, I guess. It was enough for groceries and envelopes, for the envelopes for the greeting cards. I have plenty of tobacco. My friend Richard bought it in Germany. A package is there like €8, and here in the Netherlands the same package would be like 15 or 16 euros. So it saves money. He's obviously a good friend of mine. He has helped me a lot. Last year when I cleaned out the shed, there is a foundation that picks up your second-hand stuff, and I have put all the stuff at the front of the house, and they came, but they only took a little bit, like the printers and the coffee machines, and nothing else. They left it there. And my friend Richard, he bought a fan. He is also an entrepreneur, and he helped me to get rid of the stuff. And he also helped me to pay gas and electricity by borrowing me money. I saw him with Christmas. He's very busy, couldn't stay for long. But we were able to talk a bit and smoke one of these. These are cigarillos. I've gotten them from my sister. It was a gift to me. I also got another present. It is this one, but it's not a cigar, it's a perfume. It smells really good. And I also got this one, and this is a cigar. I have it here, and it's a big one. And I will enjoy it as we move along. This video may be a bit longer than you expect. But just remember your days in school. You were able to pay attention for 6 or 8 hours a day, so you can easily watch and understand a longer video. Maybe you can take some notes if I say some good things, some helpful things. I had bought flowers and fruit and coffee for my mother and my sister, and also for my friend Richard. And I gave money to the kids of my sister, and I also gave money to the kids of my friend Richard. They need to save money. They will need it as they grow up. They would like a driver's license, they would like a car, new clothes, and so on. So it's important to put money into their savings accounts while we have the time for that. You could start your notes with that. Remember the time in school when you focused for 6 or 8 hours a day, which means you can do it and you can learn anything you need to learn to prosper in life. I have been I actually kind of stumbled upon Andrew Tate. I stumbled upon his videos because I am learning for quite some years from successful people from their videos, and I stumbled upon him. I have joined his free newsletter. I have watched videos of him. They are very helpful. I wanted to join this his business hustlers university, which is now called The Real World. It's like $50 a month. I am mostly interested in this one particular wealth building module, as he calls it. It is the skill of copywriting. It is, according to Dennis Kennedy, the highest paid skill in the world, if you are really good at it. It is important very much in business, and it's important if you write books. The description of the book is a piece of copywriting. It should persuade people to buy your book. But for now, they only accept payments via credit card, and I don't have one. I am not going to get one. I've had one in the past, and I had some difficulty to pay it off, and eventually I succeeded to pay it off, and then I cut it into pieces and threw it away. And I'm not getting a new one. I hope in the future they will add the payment via bank transfer. I also don't have PayPal anymore. I caused the problem. I received money from the clients of a friend of mine who is also in business. He makes websites and logos and so on. And I should have kept the money and transfer it to him via bank. They had transferred it to me via PayPal because that is much cheaper than by bank. It went well for a while, but when I was in such a big mess and I couldn't work and I was completely broke, I used some of that money, and that caused the problem. I thought I will earn it and I will pay it back, obviously, but that took me more time than I thought, and it created a problem. So I learned from that, and how do you say it? I terminated my PayPal account because I don't want to experience the same problem again. All right, I was talking about Andrew Tate, right? So, yes, I am interested in becoming a customer of his business to learn copywriting, to learn to do it much better so that I can sell myself better and sell my books better. That will be a thing for the future when they add another payment option by bank. His free newsletter has been beneficial to me. In one of them, he talks about earning your breakfast, and I started implementing it. Implementation means doing what you learn, to put it into practice. It is also the only way when you can really benefit from what you learn, only if you take action on it, if you implement. So maybe that's another thing for your notes. Implementation is one of the most important things if you are learning skills and so on. Implementation is more important than it is to read another 10 or 50 books. Implementing from the books that you have already read, that will make the changes in your life and give you the results that you want. It's very important, implementation. So I would drink my coffee, have some water, prepare my bag of greeting cards, and prepare sandwiches, and I would go to work without the breakfast. And after I made like 5 sales, I have earned 25 euros. I would eat my breakfast. It's a good discipline. I think the first few days I had to get used to it, but after that it went much better. So I'm still doing it for a couple of months now. So I have really benefited from his free newsletter, and that's why I recommend that you also join it. I have bought one of his books, so yes, I am a customer of his. It is this one. It's called Think Outside of the Matrix, How to Resist the Slave Mind. One of the things I cannot say too much because I would spoil the book for you, but I think I can say 2 things. He recommends that you become a doer, which means that you take action continuously, that you do things, that you get things done, that you work a lot. A doer, not a talker, a doer, right? And he also says to not conform to other people's rules and opinions. And I had already explained this in one of my videos, but unfortunately I could not get it online. Now I'm recording with my phone, and I hope that I can get this one online. It is recommended that you get a coach. Les Brown recommends it. He says if Tiger Woods needs a coach, then what do you need? You obviously need one, and I do too. So I got myself a coach. I've had 2 coaching sessions. It was like 50 euros for an hour. It has helped me and benefited me. I started making more sales after that. He did say that I should not be writing books about business until I was making 100,000 euros a year or more. So that only if I had produced that result, only then I would be credible and believable and a good example and so on. He's on one side he's right, but on the other side I am a writer, and I ignored that. I did not conform to his opinion. I wrote the book Challenges in Having Your Own Business in Real Life anyway, and it sold like 20 copies in paperbacks, and it was downloaded for free as an ebook more than 20 times. It cost me like 12 euros and 75 cents to buy a ISBN number, which is like a product number, and then it gets distributed to various different online stores. But I've gotten that money back because of the sales and the profits from the book. So Andrew Tate says not to conform, and before I even knew of him and his teachings, I did not conform. It was for me the right thing to do, because writing more books has helped me to become a more experienced and better writer. I have responded a few times to his newsletter by email. I learned from his staff that you can only reach him in the war room. That's another section of his business, and that it costs like $5,000 to join. Maybe that's a thing for the future. We'll see. I would like to read one of my emails that I wrote to him to you, and then you can learn from that, and you can make some notes, and you can start implementing the things that have helped me that can also help you. In one of his emails, he said something like that his heart was hurting because he was seeing us failing monumentally. And I responded with, don't feel down, don't think that you are not helping, you are. And after that, I wrote another email, and I will read it now to you. I say, hello, Mr. Tate. With my messages, I'm not kissing your ass. If you were a beautiful woman, I would, but you are not, so I don't. I am just being sincere and thanksgiving. Your earn your breakfast discipline, which I implemented, will aid me for the rest of my life, so you deserve a big thank you. It happens to be that my father is doing the same thing. He's a veteran. So here is a thing for your notes. Earn your breakfast. Implement the discipline. I am also using social media to market and promote, like you said, to use it. That's another thing. You can use the social media to market and promote yourself and your work, whatever it may be. I have also bought Ask AI. Like you said, it helps me to write more books faster and to write better sales pitches. So thanks again. That's another thing for your notes. This Ask AI app is only 70 euros, and that's a one-time fee for a lifetime use. So it's a great deal, and it is very helpful. And you should get it and use it and implement this as well. Then I say, in response to your email of today, this year I have written how to stop being broke, faster way to success and riches, formula for getting rich and wealthy, jumpstart your success, PAW, which stands for not the paw of an animal, but for prodigious accumulator of wealth. And I recommend that you get the book The Millionaire Next Door, where you can learn all about that. Then 40 practical ways to stop worrying. It's in Dutch. I think it's a good idea that I soon start translating that book, right? That could help a lot of people. Then how they keep you poor. Then tired, question mark, how to fix it. How to make money online, how to sell yourself and be successful. You might want to get that one, it's an important book. Then fix your shit. Then the magic of inspiration, which is still in Dutch. The Adventures of Ixie, that's a Dutch children's book. Secrets of the Rich, you might want to get that one as well. Scammed by a Charity, which is in Dutch. Children's Bedtime, it's also a Dutch children's book. Saving Pennies with Mimi, a Dutch children's book. But the update is that yesterday I have translated that one and I have made a short video about it. So if you have kids or grandkids, you could get that one as well. It's not only fairy tales, it's valuable lessons like saving money, for example, which is really important. So then you shine bright. I should have maybe used another title, like read this book to get inspired and motivated and feel better about yourself right now, something like that. But okay, it's now you know what the book is about, okay. And then The Adventures of Skippy, which is a English children's book. Then I write it's a investment in future royalties, obviously. I have made sales, selling packages of greeting cards every month this year. I gave money to people with disabilities and a few charities every month. I lost about 8 kilograms in weight and have been to the gym, sweating on the treadmill and lifting weights. There is another one for your notes. Go to the gym, sweat on the treadmill and lift weights. Take care of your health, take care of yourself. You will feel better and you will be more productive and you will get better ideas. Then I write, I won't be asking you for money. You would say your money is in the field, go get it. The field is the people's houses where I sell. Occasionally I will send you a message, a thank you or a update about my progress. I hope that's okay. I understand you and your team are busy, so you don't have to reply. Kind regards, Jasmin Hajro. Okay, so I hope you have picked up a few things out of this email that you could do. I hope that you also understand that you should join his newsletter and buy his books and listen to his videos and most importantly implement what you learn, take action on it. For alongside with the cigars that I got as a gift, I also got this sweater from my mother for the winter. I also got a gift card for a online store, which is bol.com. That is like the American Amazon. It's a huge online store. It has millions of products. For me, the most interesting is to order books from there from successful people. So I have used my gift card and I've ordered 4 more books from Andrew Tate. And this one that I showed you, I am reading it for the second time because I've read it once when I was drinking and my mind was a bit foggy then and I would forget things. So I'm reading it again so that I can implement better. At the end of the book, the children's book, which is a box set, it is Saving Pennies with Mimi and The Adventures of Skippy. They are valuable stories, short stories for children. At the end, where you have the section about the author, I have one part I have written, and the other part is written by the AI app. I have, for like the first time, written that I broke the law a couple of times when I was younger. So I'm still like ashamed about that, and I don't know. It's not something you would want to share with everybody. Occasionally, it has been a very long time ago. I was maybe 18 or 19. I was drinking a lot, I was using a lot of drugs. And if you do that, you become very indifferent, extremely indifferent. So it happens unconsciously. You are young, you are strong, you are maybe a bit arrogant, and I was. And you think it won't hurt me. I can keep on doing this, but unconsciously it starts messing with you. It causes all kinds of problems. So after some years I became extremely indifferent. I just didn't care, and you should you should you should do whatever you can to stay away from drinking and using drugs. I have been there, I've done it. You don't need to make the same mistakes like I did. Save yourself the time and the headache and the broken relationships and the waste of time, the trouble, right? Stay away from it. Maybe now I'm ready to talk a bit about it, because it has been such a long time ago, almost 2 decades. And I hope that by me saying it, it can inspire and help some young people to stay on the right path in life, to abide the laws, and to live a better and good life. It's not the, how do you say it? There are more worse things than what I had done, obviously, but it was still bad, and occasionally it still flashes through my mind, and then I feel guilty about it. For example, one time I had a friend, it was my best friend, and he had a girlfriend, and she was kind of harassed at school, bullied, And then we went to school and beat that young man. And you are not supposed to do that. So we got punished for it. I also, just for kicks, we would steal tobacco at the store just for kicks, and then I got caught, and I hit the guy so that I could run away, and we wrestled, and I lost because he was a grown man and I was just a kid. So I got punished for that. And you should also not be drunk and kiss girls in the discotheque, because they don't like that. And I also got punished for that. I had to do this community service for like 20 or 30 hours. It was not a severe penalty, but it was still not, it was still bad. This maintaining of the nature, at the roads, like the pieces of nature that are there. I had to do that. It was the most embarrassing thing in my life. To wear that flashy orange jacket and to be there. Oh my God. I should have been smarter, but like I said, the drinking and the using of the drugs made me so extremely indifferent that I just didn't care. And it made me cross lines and break the law, and for that I got punished, which is normal. You should not break the law. As I look back on it, I think it was kind of necessary to get me out of this environment where people were only using drugs and drinking and not doing anything. So to get me sober and clean again. I believe, well, there will be, of course, all kinds of different reactions to this. I cannot control other people. If I lose some fans, then so be it. I think there are two kinds of people that break the law. The one group, they break the law and they don't learn from it and they make a career out of it. And then you have the other group that breaks the law, that mess up, and maybe 1 or 2, 3 times, but they do learn their lesson, and then they work on themselves and they fix their shit, right? Like the title of the book. They get help, they get clean, they get sober, they never want to go back, and because of that they are from then on their best behavior, because they never want to go back, and they also don't want to be the suspect when people are doing bad stuff. So I'm of the second group that messed up a lot, but I learned my lessons, and I changed. I'm trying to get these uhs and ahs out of my speaking, which is another lesson from Andrew Tate. I was able to find a part of his teaching, which you have to pay for, that someone had put online for free, and I had listened to it. Those are his business lessons, what he learned in business, and they are really good. And I absolutely want to join his Hustlers University and to learn more and to implement more. So after that, I became clean. I had also stopped drinking for a while. One time I used too much drugs, these tablets that give you energy, and because I was extremely indifferent, I used more and more and more. I was up the whole weekend. I had not slept at all, and eventually I got into a really bad trip. It went bad. My heart was beating so fast. I had taken too much. I thought it would jump out of my chest and I would get a heart attack and die. And I started also hallucinating, and I peed my pants out of fear. And after a while, I scared the hell out of myself and out of my mother and my sister. I caused a real trauma. They came and they picked me up to bring me to the hospital, and I lost consciousness and I went into a coma. And with luck, but I think what we see as luck is just God's mercy and God's generosity. It is by His mercy and generosity that I survived that and that I'm still alive. After that, I realized that this was my second chance for life. So after that, I also changed. I changed more than I realized, because for me, I'm still me, a better version of myself, a better person, of course. But for my sister and my mother and my other family, I've the change is more obvious to them than it is for me. So, well, Andrew Tate says people learn the hard way or the hardest way, and I'm stubborn like a jackass and I learned the hardest way. So that's why I tell people to do whatever you can to stay away from the drinking of alcohol and stay away from drugs. It is the worst shit that they have ever created. So I changed. I got clean, I got sober. I was not longer interested in those mafia movies, the violence. I started reading biographies. I started listening to successful people, mostly on YouTube. I started reading more. I started, I picked up playing chess again. I went to a club, I played, I studied it. I took walks and I just changed my behavior completely. It was kind of, you might say, lonely years. It did not bother me much because I kept myself busy, right? I did various kinds of jobs. I could not keep them for long. Eventually, I got a job like as a dishwasher at this restaurant in Duttingham. And there I had a good time. I worked hard and I worked my way up to cook. And in 2010 I collapsed a few times and I stopped drinking alcohol. I stopped drinking alcohol for 10 years. Unfortunately, in 2011, I started hallucinating when I was sober and clean. And I lost the lifetime employment that they gave me. After that, I've been through very difficult 7 or 8 years without money and with little bit of money. I failed with my first business, and when I was desperately looking for a job and could not find it, my sister and her boyfriend taught me to do sales. And I started my second business and I'm still operating it. I'm still selling greeting cards. But now, since a few years, I designed them myself, so they are very unique. I have been writing in journals for about 10 years. And in 2017 I wrote and self-published my first book, and then I translated it into English. It is called Build Your Fortune. I had learned myself about finances by reading books and taking home study courses, and I also invested in mutual funds and stocks. And I also got experience with my first business, which was investing for other people. And I thought it would be a shame if all that experience and knowledge went lost. So I wrote a book to help other people with it. After that, I kept on writing and self-publishing more books. I had read in like a free report of one of those self-publishing companies that successful authors who write 10 or more books compared to the unsuccessful ones. So I also implemented that. I looked what more did I know, what what knowledge, what experiences did I have that I could write about, and I kept on writing and self-publishing more books. And I also translated them into English. And by now, about 5 years later, after 2017 and my first book, I have written more than 60 titles. I have earned money with my books, and I still continue to write. It is a form of therapy for me, and it is also sharing my knowledge and my experience, and it is also to help people, and it is also to earn money. And I will continue to write. The writing in journals was because of a co-worker told me that I should get an empty book and write down the stuff, the tasks that I completed, the good jobs that I did. So if I had a bad day, I could review that to feel better. And so I did that for like 10 years. And that led me into writing and self-publishing professionally. Those are my two jobs, the selling of greeting cards and the writing of books. And I am going to continue to do that work for the rest of my life. I believe that is my purpose, to help a lot of people with my greeting cards and my books, because with my greeting cards they save money and they keep in touch with their family and friends. But it's kind of like those works had found me, right? Because she said you should write in an empty book. I started writing, and it led to writing professionally. And when I could not, and then it led to more than 60 books written and self-published, and one even translated into Italian and published by a publisher, a professional publisher in Italy. And the other, when I could not find work, that they gave me sales training and the greeting cards, and that work also found me. Maybe you're thinking like, well, man, I've seen your page on Amazon, that's more than 100 titles published. You sure do have a lot to say, don't you? Well, I disagree. If you would know me personally, I think you would be a little bit surprised that I'm very calm and I don't talk that much. It is the universal intelligence. It is God, it is Allah, who gives me the inspiration to write, to help and educate people. So that's what it really is. So my message to the young people is, it was going through my mind as I was working and walking home. What should I say? It's just such a mess that I had made, and it's so stupid of me that the most of my problems I created myself. It's really stupid. But anyway, so I have learned from it. I became a much better person. You don't have to make those mistakes. Just abide the laws. Be respectful to other people and their stuff. What is my message to the young people? Stay away from drinking alcohol. Don't smoke. Stay away from using drugs. Abide the laws. If you possibly can, work 6-7 days a week. Work your ass off and be frugal and save your money. Do whatever you can to get rich, and you will have a much better life. It's not cool to use drugs. It's not cool to drink beer. It's not cool to behave like an asshole and to punch people. If you want to punch people, go into boxing, do karate or kickboxing or whatever. That is much better for you. You will learn discipline. Keep it in the ring. Don't do that in public. What is cool, if the young peoples want to be cool, it is cool to have your own money. It is cool to earn your own money, whether you live at home or live on your own. It is cool to stay frugal and to be frugal until you are rich. To see and learn and experience that you can do much more with $10 than you originally thought. It's cool to always have money in your pocket. It is cool to give your mother money when you're living at home, and after you leave her home and you are on yourself, you still give her money, and you buy her flowers and you buy her presents. That is cool. It is cool to work your ass off to get rich. That is cool. Yes, yes. If you want to understand why you should give your mother money even after you are living on yourself, then do the next exercise or do it in your mind as I tell it. Get yourself a backpack, put it on, but on your front, so that the backpack is on your front, on your stomach. Put some bricks in it and go live for a week with with the thing on 24/7. And then you will understand, yeah, go eat with that on you, go work with that on you, go to sleep with that on you. And then you will understand what it means to be pregnant, that it is hard work, that it is difficult. And your mother did all of that for you. She gave you life. And you should give her presents and give her money until you die, until she dies. And you should make her proud of you. And you should do whatever you can to make your parents proud of you. All right, I think it's been a very revealing video. I hope you have learned some good things from it. I hope you have learned from my mistakes and that you never repeat them. I hope I've given you a good definition of what is cool and what is not. This is also a present from my niece, the bracelet. She made it herself. I'm gonna keep it on for as long as I can. It reminds me of love. It's an extra motivation to work harder. Because if I work harder and achieve more and earn more, my family will also benefit. And yes, I give my mother money, even though I live on myself. And I buy her flowers, yes, and presents, yes. So you should do the same. I hope I have persuaded you to join Mr. Tate's newsletter, which is for free, and I've piqued your interest in his books and his teachings and his Hustlers University, which is now the real world. You should be learning from successful people and millionaires, and you should implement and implement and implement. Do what you learn, take action on it until you are getting the results that you want. All right, so thank you very much for watching. I hope this is helpful to you. I hope that you can still trust me regardless of my past. I have truly changed and I have become a much better person. Yes, I will do one video a month. I will tell you how the month went. If I have something good to share, I will share it with you. But I will also occasionally make an exception and make an extra video like this one. Or when I have written a new book or translated one of my books into English. Like I said in the previous video, if I don't tell the people about my work, then who is gonna tell them about it, right? If it's to be, it's up to me. And you should also study Brian Tracy and his books. Okay. Once again, thank you very much. This is Jasmin Hajro. And until next time, please share my books and my videos and my teachings with other people if you think that they will be helpful to them. Thank you very much, and until next time. Okay, bye bye for now. Ciao, ciao.